back to the channel. In this video we are going to walk through different drywall or plasterboard anchors. I've tried to put most of them on a single board. As you can see, these are nylon to the universal anchors. In the new build houses, as you can see at my back, most of the internal walls are made of plaster. So we need to understand what sort of plasterboard anchors we need to use for light or medium duty fixtures. And at last, I will show you which anchor we use for the TV wall mounting for single dwelling or multi-dwelling. Let's get to it. So safety comes first. We need to check for any electrical services present behind the plasterboard. For that, I'm going to use a voltage detector. It's all clear. So the first wallmate I'm going to install in the plasterboard is a Nylon Wallmate. It holds up to 10 kilograms, and the type of screw I'm going to use is this one. So I just try to make sure that it is the same length of the wallmate, because there is no exit point from here. So let's do the drilling. So I'm going to punch a 3mm hole for the kickstart for the wallmate. It's a self tap-in wallmate, but not to damage the plaster or anything. I'm going to punch a hole. Now I'm going to screw it in till the time it's flush from the fascia. Now it's flush here. I'm going to screw it in from here. So this nylon is used for can be used for non-electrical purposes as well due to non-conductivity. The only disadvantage I found with this one is once it's in, we can hang all the fixtures, but it's used for light duty fixtures. But when we try to unscrew this one comes off with the screw. So we are left with a hole in the plaster. We have improved or improvised versions of the Nylon Wallmate as well. So that is the next one I'm going to show. So the next one I'm going to use is twist and lock. So this one holds up to 15 kilos, and this one again is a self tap-in. Just going to place it at the plaster and start screwing in. Till the time it's flush with the surface. Now it's flush. Now I'm going to insert the screw. So what happens is it splits and grips behind plasterboard for extra strength. This is the improved version of the Nylon Wallmate. And from the back, you can hear the clicks noise. That means it has opened the wallmate and now it's splitting. And there we go. So the third wall anchor we are going to use is the Zinc Wallmate. This one is easy to remove without losing any part of the anchor inside. This is also self tap-in. I'm going to place it flush and I'll screw it in and here. Now I will try to use the screw, and this one holds up to 10 kilograms, and this one is a bit more firm grip on the plaster while we unscrew the screws. So when we try to unscrew, this one won't come off the plaster. The same is the case with the second one that we used. So these both of them, they are improvised versions of the first one. Now I'm going to install a hollow wall anchor. This one is a M6, the size of the screw, 6mm. I'm just going to pre-drill a hole of 12 mm. And we need a setting tool for this one. The setting tool looks like this. I'm going to insert the screw, leave it there. And then if you can see, I'm going to insert the screw here. And now I will start pressing the trigger down there. And from the back, you can see the collapsing legs. So this becomes a butterfly, and this is how it's set. So the collapsing legs with an integral nut provides high strength and allows the screw to be removed without losing the anchor. So now we are going to install a spring toggle. This is 5 millimeters wide. For the install, we need to remove the screw, insert it through the object that we want to hang, and then insert it back in the hole like this. And for the purposes of installing, we need to use again a 12 millimeter hole. We are going to drill a hole 12 mm. Now we are going to insert the spring toggle. It should squeeze in, and at the back it opens like this. And now we need to make it tight. For that purposes, I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver. I need to hold the thing that I want to hang so that it's flush at the back, and start screwing this thing in. And as you can see from the back, now this is flush with the plaster, and this gives it really good strength. So that's how it's done. So now we are going to install a Super Wallmate. It looks something like that, and it comes with a screw this long. The critical thing to notice about this screw is the arrows. So the arrows should be upright, and the writing here should also be straight. This has to do with the positioning of the toggle. So I will show you from here. If when we insert the screw, the toggle becomes upright. So this happens is like if it's set sideways, and it can get obstructed with the stud. So we need to make sure that the Super Wallmate, the arrows are upright and the writing is correct, upside down. So to do that, this is also a self-drilling Wallmate. We just need to position it like this, upward arrow, and the wording is correct. I'm just going to place it against the plaster and start screwing it in. It's flush from this side, and the writing is also correct. Now I'm going to insert the screw, and from the back you will be able to see how the toggle works. The toggle allows the anchor to clamp the plaster for added strength. This one is ideal for shelving, brackets, mirrors, and it can hold up to 20 kilos. So once it's in here, the toggle will start moving towards the plaster, and it will hold the grip at the back of the plaster. And there you go. Now I'm going to unscrew this one, and you will see that the toggle sets in place nicely. Yeah, so that's how it's done. So now we are going to install a universal anchor. This can be installed in plaster, brick, and hollow brick. I'm going to use a 6 mm drill bit to pre-drill a hole. I'm going to insert the universal anchor in the plaster, and to properly set it in place, I'm going to hammer it in. Now it's flush with the surface. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver to start driving in the screw, and from the back you will be able to see that it's getting hold of the screw. So this one is used for 10 to 15 mm thickness of the ball. So a little bit about universal anchors. The first one is in the plasterboard that holds up to 11 kilograms. The second one I've tried to demonstrate in the hollow brick. That holds also 11 kg. The third one is in the concrete. We can use a hammer drill with a 6 mm bit, and we can install this plug. So this summarizes the plasterboard anchors. The last thing I want to discuss is the TV wall mount, in where we don't have the studs. So we use this particular hollow wall anchor that holds up to 10 kilograms. So we try to install 4 screws, and that holds up to 40 kgs. So this is one of the most reliable screws that we use almost every day. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked this one, and I'll see you soon.